wanted to make a quick video. Just something not really realized. I think most people know this already, intuitively, like in their hearts. Basically, how willpower is it's not enough. I want to say willpower is excuse my language, bullshit, right? Willpower is bullshit. Um, Willpower is definitely overrated. Um, But the way I really see willpower now, it's willpower is just a tool, right? A tool in a set of tools. Willpower is very useful for certain situations, definitely. There's specific times and specific places where willpower is very, very beneficial. But for a vast majority of our lives, willpower is not the optimal tool to use, right? Just like a hammer. You don't use a hammer to fix everything, right? You don't use willpower to fix everything. You can't, right? You can't use a hammer to fix everything. You can't use willpower to fix everything. But if you have a nail, a hammer is very useful. If you have a problem that can be addressed with willpower, then willpower is useful. Most of our influences are unconscious, right? They're the environment itself, right? Our surrounding, right? The people we surround ourselves with, our friends, our coworkers, families, right? Um, it's the environment, right? The people, even the location, right? Is it polluted, right? Is your city where you live polluted, right? Or do you have access to natural areas? How close is the closest grocery store, right? Can you get fresh food, right? Or do you live in a food desert, right? All these factors, right? These subconscious um, environmental factors, right? They have the biggest influence on our lives, right? Our automatic, everything that we do automatically. I know it's kind of the same with addiction too, especially with addiction, right? Well, you can't willpower your way through addiction, right? That's how you got addicted in the first place. That's like trying to extinguish a fire by pouring more gasoline over the fire, right? That doesn't work. You know, your willpower is what got you there, right? So then if you can't willpower through it, right, well, then what's left, right? It's it's almost like faith. Not almost, it is faith, right? Like faith in the process. Basically giving yourself to like the higher power, right? Um, Not to sound too religious, right? But giving yourself to God, giving yourself to the universe, right? In a more as agnostic sense, right? Giving yourself to the universe, the world. It certainly feels like most of us have some sort of addiction, right? Whether it's like major addiction, right? Major clinical addiction, right? Or whether it's like minor. Most of us seem to have some sort of addiction. Whether it's the internet, social media, watching videos, TikTok, video games, porn, sex, alcohol, drugs, sugar, anything and everything, right? Netflix. It seems like, these behaviors, right? These addictive behaviors, they don't come from a place of um, evil, but they come from a place of like, it's the body trying to, it really is the body trying to protect itself, right? That's the way I see it. It's not a, I don't really, I don't really, it's not a, a fault of character to be addicted. Not at all, right? Every single person goes through it, right? Some people much more significantly than others. But I think we all have trauma. We all have addiction to certain degrees. To certain degrees. And I think it's like important to be able to honor, like to cherish that process. That's kind of what allowed me to start untethering, uncoupling these addictions. Like I know I got addicted to porn. I got addicted to video games. I got addicted to social media. You know, and I can still fall into that, right? To sugar, you know, to anything really. But the way I started like uncoupling, like disentangling all these addictions were to not feel guilty about an addiction. Not to say that it's good, but to to just observe it, right? To understand it, to listen to it. It's almost like listening to my own heart, right? All these addictions were telling me something that I was ignoring, something that I should have been paying attention to, but that I was ignoring. I'm much more compassionate towards myself and towards other people. You know, I used to be much more like, oh, why can't people fix this, right? Why can't people fix that, right? Oh, climate change, why can't we fix that, right? Or universal healthcare, why can't we fix this? Why can't we fix that? But now I'm much more um, understanding of why and how um, we can form these bad habits. That's all that they are. They're all just old karma, right? It's all just old karma, right? And what karma is just action, right? It's just the past. It's not a character flaw at all, right? It's part of being human. It's all part of being human, and being human's messy, right? It's messy. It's complex. It's it's paradoxical. It's all part of being human. I sometimes like to think of the opposite, just to, like, get perspective on it. If I didn't have any addictions, if I didn't have any flaws, if I didn't feel anger, frustration, guilt, envy, jealousy, resentment, hatred, right? If I didn't feel any of those negative emotions, what would that make me, right? That would make me, that would that would take away my humanity, right? And that's the most important thing to me, right? My humanity, my my heart, my human heart is the the most important thing that I cherish above all. And it's all part of it's all part of being human. Of course, there are days when when I can't take um, that higher level perspective, right? When I see the big picture of things, when I'm kind of stuck in the muck and grime of all these negative emotions, right? Like even today, I was so tired, even though I got plenty of sleep, and that was because it was really cold outside, right? Winter is just around the corner, and yeah, sometimes it's hard to get out of bed because it's so cold. But through like meditation, just like 20 minutes, even like 10 minutes a day on the bathroom, like stretching, doing gratitude every single day, um, I'm able to get a little bit of breathing space, like that sanctuary, a quiet place in my mind to get the big picture of things. I think some of the most helpful things, I don't know if they'll help you. I hope they will. But some of the biggest life lessons that I've learned, or I guess tips that I've learned, one is definitely journaling or like writing a diary. I write in my diary every single day, every single day, everything that I felt, like all the emotions that I felt, like whether it was negative, positive, being totally honest with myself. Right, I'm never gonna show my diary to anybody. Maybe in the future, maybe, but it's my personal recollection, my personal thoughts, and it just helps keep me like grounded in life. Meditation, even just like 10 minutes a day, just totally helps like clear my mind. And then doing some sort of like endurance, especially running and biking, especially running. It's a form of active meditation for me where I sit with my thoughts and connected to my body, right? Me moving my actual body connected to my mind. That along with I've recently tried taping my mouth when I'm sleeping, and that was tremendously useful. Like it seems so stupid, but it totally works. Now my mouth isn't dry anymore. Things like supplements. I used to do cold showers, intermittent fasting. Those help, but I think by far the biggest things that have helped me are um, running, meditation, gratitude, journaling, and building like that uh, stillness in my heart and in my mind, building that place of like building a sanctuary for my heart, right? No judgment, um, no judgment against my emotion. A place where I have no judgment, no rejection against my emotions or against my thoughts, right? A place where I can just be. Those are by far the things that have helped me the most with life, with everything in life. And I'm sure I'll experience a lot more things.